Ya la la la, ya la la. Ya la la la, ya la la. Ya la la, ya la la, ya la.
When a child is born, it's a new beginning. There's hope. Perhaps they look at the small children as liberators. These people, or these children who are born, are going to liberate this community from bondage, from poverty, from all those things they have been suffering.
Americans are generous in terms of philanthropy. That is, Americans give a lot away compared to other countries. But most of it, overwhelmingly, is given domestically. And it's not given to fight poverty necessarily. It's given to a whole lot of things, to churches, to colleges, to the arts and so on. You know, many of these are good causes. But as compared to the emergency that we face in terms of global poverty, I don't believe that they are as urgent. And when we look at what Americans give to fight global poverty, it's actually very little, among the lowest in the developed world. It's comparable, I think, to Greece or Portugal, right down at the bottom of the industrialized nations.
When the economy is weak, the people who suffer the most are the poorest.
When a child dies from a preventable disease, it shocks all of our consciences. When a girl is deprived of an education, or her mother is denied equal rights, it undermines the prosperity of their nation. When millions of fathers cannot provide for their families, it feeds the despair that can fuel instability and violent extremism.
What's he talking about? Community organization ensures people are organized. People take charge of their destiny. People find solutions to their own problems. This school is one of the products of community organizing. This is a CBO that we came together doing garbage collection. School was one of the issues that was affecting them for their young children, and health. And right now they have a school for themselves, managed by the CBO themselves.
Right now, due to the economic downturn, there was a major increase in food insecurity and hunger in this country. It's up to over 14% of the American population. So there's no neighborhood, really there is no area in this country that doesn't have families that are suffering from food insecurity. Over 9 million infants and toddlers and preschoolers are living in families that are food insecure. Now that's 1 in 4 young children, very young children. That's a disaster because, again, food insecurity affects the cognitive, social, and emotional development and the physical development of children. We're setting up our children to fail, and no one's doing much about it. We've got to really turn our country around to truly invest in really young children.
We could have a world where everybody had enough. There is enough for everyone's need, not enough for everyone's greed.
We're not going to continue in a world, I hope, where bankers brazenly smirk as they pocket unconscionable amounts of money, and we fail to live up to the most basic and essential obligations that we've made for a decent world.
Even the International Monetary Fund identified the financial sector as being undertaxed. So I think you're very hard-pressed to argue that somehow we should have a higher tax on food, on clothing, all these other items than we do on stock trading and bond trading. The idea is to have a modest tax on various sorts of financial transactions, so buying and selling stock being the classic, but this would also apply to bonds, various derivatives, credit default swaps, options, futures, in principle the whole array of assets that people might speculate on.
وقت اونه که پولمون رو به جای اینکه برای کشتن همدیگه صرف بکنیم صرف آینده بهتر برای هممون بشه.
We are not thinking of the next generation. If we were thinking about the next generation, we wouldn't have those children working on the farms. They would be in school, being prepared. But if all you are concerned about is today and cash and how you can satisfy your greed, then of course it doesn't matter because it's only you.
We should be our brother's keeper. Everybody from Kenya and beyond, we should have the same heart to fight poverty, the same heart to help children who are in need of care and protection. So when you come together, the common objective or common enemy is poverty, to fight poverty. It's like rainwater. It collects into small streams until it becomes a big river. There's power in numbers.
Doing good to the other is not being altruistic. If you want to be able to enjoy your wealth and your prosperity, share it.